everyone. Good evening, good morning. We are live. Today I'll have one of our clients, Faizan. He's been in e-commerce for some time. He had some challenges in e-commerce. He had his ad account banned. He had many challenges that he had to overcome. And now he's having 4.8 return on ad spend with his new product that we help him to launch, and he'll be sharing his story. He'll be sharing what's working for him right now, and we'll be picking up the insights, what's working for him right now, why it's working, and we'll be asking him some questions. If you guys have some questions from your side as well, please drop them in the chat as well, so we can cover those with him too. And we'll be getting started. Just make sure that you can hear me okay, and you can see me okay. Just drop one in the chat if you can hear me. Just drop one in the chat. One. Wonderful. All right, yeah, we're getting started. We're getting started just in a few seconds here with Faizan, and we will get it rolling. So also, yeah, if you have any questions for him, he has a tremendous story, by the way. He's been trying e-commerce and trying for a very long time, and so would love to see what's working for him. He actually hit Faizan. Hey,
Hello, Alex.
Faizan. Hey, how are you, my man?
I am doing great. What about you?
Cool,
Can you hear me
cool.
correctly?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Awesome, my man. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. I was giving people some brief introduction about you, about your story. So why
Thanks.
yeah, if you can get us started with kind of like sharing your story and how you got into e-commerce.
I mean, I started e-commerce, I think, almost around like 5 years ago. And I mainly started with the marketplaces like Etsy and Amazon. I started with Etsy. So I think I got like pretty lucky in the start. I did, I think, almost like 5 figures in 4 months, but then my account got suspended on Etsy. So that made me shift to Amazon. And with Amazon, a lot of fees and all that. So I couldn't survive on Amazon. So I think 2 years ago, I started Shopify to get my own website and everything. And it took me, I think, now 2 years now to finally get profitable.
And so how was Amazon for you?
The Amazon, because we were doing FBM, there were a lot of restrictions because they were shipping from Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of hassle with the returning customer and all that. So mainly we were doing clothing, and there are a lot of returns. And I think we have around almost like 400 SKUs. So we never got an order for like a repeat purchase of the same SKU. So and we cannot do returns as well. So we have to just give the product to the customer and also refund them, which was like killing our business mainly. And on top of that, we have to give like 15% of the revenue to Amazon.
Got it. And so you dropped Amazon, then what did you do after that?
Yeah, so mainly I just looked into it. What should I do next? And I was doing freelancing as a video editor for a while. Then I mainly switched to Shopify with dropshipping and everything.
Hmm. And so how was that going, the freelancing?
Yeah, it was not doing good. I mean, I was getting clients, but the payout was, very cheap.
Uh-huh.
So I
And so
couldn't sustain.
got it. And so you decided to start your own like Shopify store?
Yeah,
Which year was that?
at the start of 2024.
2024. And so how that first store went for you?
I mean, I know exactly what happened. So after my fourth product was the winning product, which made
Mm-hmm.
me, I think, 6 figures in revenue. But all of that was luck. I got lucky. I was just testing products, and my fourth was winner. The sad part was I didn't know why it worked, but it worked, and I just kept scaling and kept working. And I was like, man, if someday that die, I don't know, like what should I do? And I think in December last year it died, and I was stuck. I couldn't get my another store running. I have tested, in general, overall, I have tested around 25 products
Mm-hmm.
in my life, and I got like 5 winners with it.
And so when something like started to shift for you, like when you started getting traction with your Shopify store.
I got my first winner in June. 1st of June, I got my first Shopify order, and I remember I ran the ad and I slept. When I woke up, I had like 6 notifications, and that was crazy for me. And I remember when I had my first 1K day, I felt like a millionaire, and I was like, I was so high on the roof with that, because that is a very life-changing experience when you do your first 1K day.
Right.
I have done like 6 figures with this model, but the happiness you get with your first 1K day is something that nothing will match that. Even a 10K day will not match that.
And like what kept you going? Like so like I mean you started with Etsy, you tried different models, you tried Amazon. Like what kept you going like all this time?
I mean, the first thing that I realized that if you want to succeed with anything in life, you have to stick with it for a long period of time. I was juggling pretty much, other stuff as well. I was into trading and, on Amazon and all that other shit. But the thing is, when I realized to make this work, I have to commit to it, like decide what I have to do and give my 100% with it. And I think that's one of the things that most people struggle with. They try to make things work and they don't know if they just put in the work on the one thing that will work.
Hmm. Interesting. And so for you, like throughout all that, because most people would have given up. Most
Yeah.
people like let's say they tried something for one time, one day, they tried testing their first product, it doesn't work, they just give up. And so for you, you just had this like belief that like if you keep trying, like it will work out.
Yeah, because I know I read a lot of books and I listen to a lot of podcasts and I'm a very big fan of Alex Hormozy, and this is the one thing he preaches so much, and I know that I should listen to this guy because I really follow him, and I think he's one of the reasons that I'm making money with it.
That's awesome, man. So, on a tactical level, like, what did you change anything about, like, your approach, like, since you got into like Shopify, like, what changed for you in terms of like how you've been testing products, choosing products, like, what was changing for you from that
I
perspective?
mean, the good part about my journey is I never did, general stores. I was always a very big fan of branded dropshipping. I was doing it, subconsciously. I didn't even know I was doing branded dropshipping. But something about journal store, felt bad. So I thought like just, stay away from this approach, make a brand, try to make as branded as possible. And after that, I think the thing that the change with in my journey is my product selection. So first at the start, I was trying to do a lot of clothing, women clothing, and products like sunset lamp and all that. But then I figured out, I should do something that actually solves the problem.
So you decided to switch from like just closing to problem solving products.
Yeah, yeah.
When that shift happened for you?
In November.
In November. So just like last November, like a few months ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what made you realize like that you have to pivot, you have to change?
Yeah, I was just I take a lot of mentorships and all that. So I was in that one mentorship, and they taught me like not to do sunset lens. They told me a lot about branded dropshipping and how to run ads, and the main thing that runs the business is the ads, not the product. So you should look for winning creators and angles, not for a winning product. So when that changed, I understood that the product is not the needle mover, the creatives are. So that I have to focus on creatives now. And I think that's when I joined BBA.
So when did you join BBA?
I joined BBA in January.
January this year. I
Yeah.
think I hear some Shopify noises there.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Good stuff. And so like which market you decided to sell in?
I mainly do United States, but after joining BBA, Jeremy told me to do like big three at least.
Uh-huh.
So now I'm doing big three.
So you're in big tree and you're selling like problem solving products.
Yeah.
Which category? Like, is it like house products, beauty products,
Yeah, health and beauty both.
house and
So
beauty?
currently, I had like 3 stores. I closed one a few weeks ago. So currently I have 2 stores.
That's
So
awesome.
I own one store and I manage one.
And you mostly advertising on Facebook or TikTok,
Yeah,
like
only Facebook. I have never been a fan of TikTok because the algorithm is not stable. And I've seen like very bad creatives work on TikTok sometimes and they just, die the next day. So the instability is something that I cannot work with on a longer term. That's why I just stay away from TikTok. I'm trying Google these days, trying to learn Google.
Google as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. It's fascinating, right? Like how, like, as long as you stick to something for a long period of time, you kind of
Yeah.
figure out, like, some things work, some things don't, right? But like you kind of like
Yeah.
learning and becoming better. And I think that's like, yeah, that's a secret to get anything in life. It's like if you stick to something for a longer period of time, like like you'll figure it out. Like
Yeah.
if you just stick
100%.
to it.
I mean, mainly for me, it was trial and error. When I was making creatives, I understood the creative is the main thing. So when I was making creatives, first I thought it's the concept issue, but when we tested it, failed. I thought, okay, now it's a hook issue. We changed the hook. Maybe it's the lead issue. You have to fail forward to understand what's actually wrong with the problem, and you fix that.
Mm. And so in terms of your mindset, if you were like to compare your mindset now versus let's say 4 years ago, what do you think are the biggest kind of like shifts, like how you see business, how you see, all of the moving
I mean,
parts?
the biggest change is what I think is when I was doing basic drop shipping. So that model was, just try multiple products, just try and launch as many products as you can, and one will hit. This is also an approach, and it still works for some people. But for me, I had that, that anger in me that I already want to understand the model. So I don't ever need to find winning products anymore. I just need to, understand how it actually works. So I can, anytime I can just pull up a product and make it a winning product. So
Mm.
that I think is
So
one of the main thing that BB actually helped me with. So now I can, if you just give me a product and I, get sales, easy.
that's awesome, man. So just because of ads, because of better like
Because of,
advertising, better
because of that.
marketing.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So before you were focused too much on the product itself,
Yeah.
and now it's more about like how you sell that product.
Because I think if you just focus on the product and you blame the product, you're not blaming yourself. So it's a product issue, it's not you issue, right? So when it comes to ads, it's always a you issue. You can always fix ads, you can never fix a product. So with that approach, I think it's like, you're aiming for failure.
For sure, my man. So what your experience in BBA has been so far?
I mean, first of all, I think that Max, your guy who runs the sales, he is one of the best sales guy I've ever met. If it weren't for him, I would not have joined BBA. He is a very nice person, and he's a good friend of mine, and I actually respect the guy. He actually said he can help me. I was on a call with him for the interview, and I said I just need help with creatives, and he convinced me that you guys can actually help me. And after that, I joined because of him, and I succeeded. I think because of Jeremy. Jeremy is one of the best person people I know in the world, and he is so skillful. He understands the model so much. I mean, every day, I think every Monday we're on a call, and he says that I'm one of his best students. And I told him, man, you are one of the best teachers I've ever had.
Yeah, when the right student, the right teacher, like join forces, it's a powerful thing. That's awesome. And so how would you say, like, because you mentioned you've been like to other like mentorships, other programs, like how would you say like BBA compares to those that you've been in
I mean,
previously?
when I joined, because I had like so much experience, prior experience in ecom, so I think when I joined and I saw everything, most of 90% of the stuff in BBA was repetitive for me because I already know. But for a beginner, if some beginner who doesn't know anything about ecom and they try to join this and they want to join this, I mean, some things that I cannot replace ever. For example, the problem research part is something that helped me so much in my business. So when you understand your customer, you know what the messaging should be to make them convert. And without problem research, you cannot do that. And this is one of the main things that I actually thought, like, I got my ROI back. The reason, the moment I saw problem research.
Mm,
So that and the creative framework.
that's awesome, man. And so what's like, are you using AI like currently in your
Yeah,
research
I,
and
I
in your
I
work?
really want to thank you for creating Get Hooked. Appreciate it, man. Without that, I don't think I would be here. To be really honest, I use GetHook on a daily basis. I think multiple times a day for scripting, for ads, for everything. Without GetHook, this success, I think it would be, it would exist without GetHook. So it's played a very big part in my end.
Awesome, and yeah, we're working on many other things as well to add to make it even better, make it even more beneficial for you guys. So thank you so much. So like inside of like so you've been trying this for a long time. You've had you started having like what numbers you're hitting right now, by the way?
We are doing around like 30 to 40K per month.
Okay, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Profitable.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, nice.
Obviously.
Nice, man. So for you, like, do you have anyone like helping you out, like in a business, or are you doing it all by yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing all by myself. Only Jeremy.
Oh wow. So pretty much like you're doing 40K a month
Yeah,
pretty much by yourself.
yeah. I do
Wow.
have a partner, but he's like a sleeping partner. So he invests and I do the work. And then
Uh-huh.
we split the profit 50-50. But the work I do it mainly.
Wow, man, that's awesome. So what's your like ambitions like with this business? Like what do you wanna grow this one? You wanna kind of like turn it into a brand, like scale it to other platforms? Like what do you want to do?
Yeah, so the main goal is, I think that the ultimate goal is right now is 1 million a month.
Mm-hmm.
That is the ultimate goal. And the next milestone should be 10K a month. 10K a day, sorry. It's 10K a day.
10K a years next year next goal. That's awesome. And so like you've been in the e-commerce like in different kind of like aspects of it. You've done Etsy, you've done Amazon, like now you're doing Shopify. And so there's a lot of people that think like e-commerce is like saturated or e-commerce is scam. Like what would you say to those people?
I mean, as Marx says, that saturation is just validation. And I highly believe that, because the first thing about saturation is that it makes you, competitive, and it makes you, be better and do better stuff. And I think that's great. So if you cannot compete, you shouldn't be here. So I think, and when someone says to me, is e-commerce saturated? I say, yes, it is. Just do a job to get out of it. Do freelancing, do something else, do trading, man. Don't do e-com. It's saturated.
That's awesome, man. And so when you were considering BBA, like were you like nervous or like scared at all?
Yes, yes, a lot. Because, it was a lot of money for me. And I thought that what if it didn't work? So that's why I said that Max is a great guy, because Max assured me that, I have these issues and you guys can solve it.
Hmm.
We had like, I think, two calls, and both calls lasted, I think, around like 2 to 3 hours. So yeah, he did a lot of work.
So you're originally from Pakistan, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm still
And
in Pakistan.
and you live in Pakistan right now.
Yes, yes.
And this is fascinating, right? Like, and you selling in US a kind of like big three market.
Yes.
That's fascinating, like because e-commerce is like on a bigger like because we take it for granted, like in terms of the possibilities and opportunities. Like I'm from Ukraine, like you're from Pakistan, like we can run the business like anywhere in the world, like people from any country, like as long as they have the willingness to learn, as long as they gain the skill sets, they can operate a successful business from any place on earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it difficult for you to like like how was the process with like getting the company, like you have US company like LLC,
Yes,
like
yes. I have LLC. I also have a physical bank, but I also have ITIN. So get the whole documents right. But for that, it took a lot of money and time.
uh-huh.
If someone is from the States, it's like very easy for them to start the business. And for me, it was very hard,
Did you have
because I think the mainly when I got on Etsy, when I got suspended, it was because I'm from Pakistan, nothing else.
wow.
I even had a star seller badge. So, yeah, you should have like 4.9 reviews. Your reply rate should be 100%. Your tracking should be 95% accurate. And, if you have all these three, then you get the star seller badge. I had that. And still I got suspended because I'm from Pakistan.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. They should definitely adjust, their policies so that people from other countries can do it as well.
And yeah, obviously. But I think it was, it was good for me. If it weren't for that suspension, I would still be doing Etsy.
Hmm. How was the so the whole experience was, you mentioned that was experience was like establishing the company and kind of like getting all the logistical parts set up. How much time did it take, and how much money did it cost?
I mean, with the bank account and I-10 and everything, I think almost around like $2,000 to $3,000, and the time it took, I think almost 6 months.
6 months. But now you're doing like 30,000 to 40,000 dollars a month.
Yeah, and I have all the documentation now, so they cannot suspend me for any reason whatsoever.
Did you have to travel to United States to get your like
Mm,
bank account?
Nope.
So
I
all
have a
done
partner there.
remotely. Excuse me, can you repeat?
My partner is from the States.
Okay, got it. So your partner helped you.
Yeah.
Got it. And so, like, so for you, like right now, um, like, do you like selling in U.S. markets? You wanna sell in some other markets? Do you see opportunities in Pakistan, for example?
I mean, I have done e-commerce here in Pakistan locally, but countries like Pakistan and other countries like Bangladesh and all that. So mainly they do cash on delivery.
Uh huh.
So it's a very big of a cash flow issue. So I don't want to get into it. And twice the hassle because you have to do pick, pack, ship yourself. We don't have much fulfillment centers here, and and you cannot even do drop shipping. You have to buy the inventory. I've done all of that. Got the inventory, packed 100 orders daily, standing on my desk. I've done all that. And that's why I decided like I shouldn't put that much effort for this little payout.
Hmm. Do you want to move to Dubai at some point?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Would love to. I'm gonna join Jeremy there. I hope so.
Let's go, man. Yeah, I know. There's like it's short flight for you guys, right? Like 2 hours, 3 hours to
Yeah,
Dubai.
less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours. Wow, and it's awesome. So, like for you personally, you you mentioned those feelings when you first like you got your first like $1,000 a day in sales. Like did you have like any kind of like realizations like at that point, like that everything that you've been through like was worth it?
Yeah, because I don't know if you heard that. It's a song called Bank Account. I kept running it, and I was just I was on my own vibe that I'm finally I've made some money and I'm a big guy now, and that was amazing, man. I cannot like express how much amazing that was.
Hmm, that's awesome, man. So for people that are like, there's a lot of people. I'm just kind of like observing, like everyone who's like trying to get into e-commerce, and or people that like already in e-commerce, but like for some reason, something doesn't work and they give up. Like, what would you say to those people?
I mean, we both know it's a game of skill acquisition, right? So the more skills you have, because I have like 4 years of experience in ecom, I was doing some things subconsciously, right?
Hmm.
Even though when somebody's just starting out, they won't do it. Like the landing page, I have never made a bad landing page. I don't know why, I just never did. When I see people landing pages, I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, how can you make such a bad landing page? I mean, you have like eyes and ears and hands, right? How is it possible to do such a bad job? But I think mainly it's a skill acquisition game, and you need to learn everything, from scratch. And it takes time and it takes hard work. It is not easy, and it's not all Lambos and apartments in Miami. But
Hmm.
I've been in this room for I think 3 years. This has been my life. I wake up, I can come to this room. I'm here, 8 to 10 hours every single day. So I had to choose this. I had to pick this. I don't go out, all the time. I don't spend a lot of money. I'm here working most of my time. I'm married. I do have a wife and a child, and still I work every single day, and I'm like 8 to 10 hours invested in this room for the last 3 years. So it takes time. It
Hmm.
takes hard work. It takes dedication. You cannot just run your store with a $20 budget. Secondly, I think the biggest issue with newcomers is that they don't understand the upside potential of it. So they spend like $50 and they think, oh my God, I just lost so much money. What if it worked? If it worked, you're gonna make at least like $1 million. So I mean, $50 is nothing. So at least like spend more. I would say spend more. One of the biggest thing that I learned is spend more and make better ads. That's it.
Man, this is such an amazing like mindset shift, and That's what I'm trying to also, like, for me, like when I started in e-commerce, like first like 6 months like sucked. Like I didn't have like any traction at all, right? And like, and but like always on the back of my mind, like I was like, okay, what if it works? What if it works? Because people like, what if, like, people always asking themselves these questions, like what if it doesn't work, and like what if like I lose money, right? I mean, you can lose money so many different ways, like,
Yeah,
you know,
obviously.
it's like you can make some bad decision, buy some stupid stuff, and like, or like lose money on something else. But like this is something that you have full control over. Like, I mean, like from your perspective, from the effort perspective, right? And then from the skill
Yeah,
perspective, if you continue to accumulate the skills, if you continue becoming better like every single day, learning some skills, learning AI, learning like how, you know, e-commerce works, how landing pages work, how conversion rate works, then at the end of the day, like let's say you spend like few years in this, like you have such a tremendously valuable skill set that can serve you for the rest of your life. And
100%.
it just takes, like, initially it's painful, like when you know, because I think social media train people to just like kind of like instant gratification, right? You do something
Yeah.
and you expect instant results, and in business it's not like that.
I mean, secondly, people that don't understand that success is a downward hill. So with the starting point is the hardest. So after that, it's just going to get easier. But the main part is the starting point is the hardest. So people just don't take action.
For sure, my man. So, do you have anyone like in your family like that also works with you in a business, or just
No,
you?
no, 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 no. Only me.
Like, what is the like like knowing what you know now about like Amazon, about these other platforms? Like, at some point, do you want to come back to those platforms?
Never. I would never do Amazon again. I mean, you know, if you sell on Amazon, you're just making Jeff Bezos richer. That's it. It's nothing to
Mm.
do with you. You can see you can have like a big numbers, you know, you can see like a lot of revenue on Amazon, and it's pretty easy to do that on Amazon because you know a lot of traffic there, you do PPC, you know, interruption based ads and all that. But you know, at the end of the day, Jeff is making a lot of money than you. So I don't want to make him richer. He's already the richest guy on the planet. So you know.
For sure, moment. So, with the skills that you have gained so far, like, did you have to gain some like copywriting skills, like writing copy?
Not really. I think ChatGPT covered most of it. I just understood the customer research, the problem research, and the creative frameworks. That was, I think, it for me.
So you use ChatGPT to like write like a lot of copy for you?
Yeah, but you know, I don't do it like you know aimlessly. I have a framework. I tell GPT, I give GPT a lot of data first, so it
Uh-huh.
understands like what to write. If I just pull up ChatGPT and tell it to just write something, you know, it will like a basic ass copy, like elevate your life and you know that
Yeah.
stuff, which you know we both know that doesn't work.
So you have to become like very good at prompting and giving the right
Yeah.
inputs if you want to get proper outputs from AI.
Yeah, I do a lot of customer research first. So I make a Word document. I do, I think, 7, 8 hours per day when I'm doing research. And when I have a lot of data, you know, from Amazon reviews, from Reddit, from forums and all that, you know, the whole problem research, then I feed it to ChatGPT. And then I tell it to, you know, now you understand what the customer wants, what they're saying. Now use their words against them. And this is the structure that I get from GitHub. And now make an ad for me.
Mm,
And when it spits it out, you know, that is amazing. That's how you get a 4.8 ROAS.
that's awesome. And so, like, how do you currently using like get hooked in your workflow on day-to-day basis?
Just for scripts, just for scripts and structures.
Mm.
So, you know, you see a winning ad from, you know, some big brand like Spartan or, you know, Rice Superfoods. So I understand the structure, what they're using, and I just write it in my own words for my own product. So you
Mm.
got to understand the, you know, the fundamentals of the creative, what the structure is. So if they're, you know, targeting a bad alternative or they're showing a benefit and what benefit is that, how can I use that for my product? So it takes a lot of time, but you know, it get to makes life easier a lot.
Mm. That's awesome, man. So, do you see like is there like a big like e-commerce community in Pakistan? Like, do you know other people that are doing e-commerce?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, but they're mainly in Pakistani market, and they're not doing US or big three, or even drop shipping. They're mainly in local Pakistani PKR business,
Hmm. So
which
definitely.
mainly runs on cash on delivery. So I don't like that.
Uh-huh. So you definitely need to move to Dubai.
Yep.
Let's go, man. That's awesome. Like, because we have this like we have this conversation right now, and I'm always reflecting because I mean, we work with entrepreneurs like for the last like 4 or 5 years, and then I'm just seeing people that like a few years ago were doing like 20, 30, 50K a month, now doing millions of dollars a month just because they stuck to it, and over time they became better.
Yeah.
They see what's working, they just double down on it, they adapt fast. And yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating to have this conversation right now at this stage of your journey. You're just getting that
Yeah.
like initial traction, initial momentum, and then like few years after, we'll have like you're doing millions of dollars per month and have a
I
very
hope so.
successful business. And that's awesome. So what would you like for people that are listening, kind of like if you were like to summarize, like, because you've been through like highs and lows
Yeah.
on your journey so far, like what kind of what lessons would you share with them, like the biggest ones that you've learned?
Yeah, the biggest is just stick to something that you like. Doesn't have to be e-commerce. If you like trading, just stick to it. Just decide something what you want to do. I mean, just pick your problems. You're gonna have problems either way. Whatever platform, whatever business model that you select, you're gonna have problems either way. Just select a problem that you can endure for a longer period of time and just stick to it. That's it. That's one of the biggest things that I've learned. Because over time the skill compounds and you need that compounding. Without that, you cannot be successful at any scale whatsoever.
For sure, man. In terms of like using AI and working with AI, what resources did you find like the most helpful? Like how do you learn how to, because it's accessible. Like ChatGPT is like $20 a month, right?
Yeah,
Like it's accessible to everyone. So like what resource, but it's only the difference like how you're using it. So what do you use to learn how to use like AI tools properly?
I mean, with I think what I did just trial and error. This is what I did, and some YouTube. I mean, for 11 Labs and some other apps, I did use YouTube to learn, but mainly with ChatGPT, I just did trial and error.
Hmm. It's like because I have conversations with some entrepreneurs and they're like, "Oh yeah, AI just like it just gives like so generic answers." It's like, okay, did you give it like the right data to work with in the first place, right? Did you
Yeah,
did you like did you try tweaking it? Did you try giving it feedback? It's like you have to just like get your hands dirty, and if it doesn't work from the first time, because most likely it won't, just give it better question, give it feedback, see how you can prompt it better, and over time it will keep getting better and better and better. And the more you train it, like over time, it's almost like having like a full-time like
yeah, you
assistant
have to teach it.
copywriter.
You have to teach it. Yes, you have to teach it. I have this chat in ChatGPT, and which I'm using for the 2 months now. And when I started that prompt, I used to have headaches with it because it was giving such dumb replies, and it took a while, to make it actually understand what I'm looking for, and constant feedback loop. And after that, now it's like I just give it a prompt and like make this ad, and this is the concept, and it spits out the whole script, which I'm sure like it's okay. But it took time and a lot of effort.
Hmm. What other AI tools are you currently are you current so besides ChatGPT, are you using any other like AI tools in your video creation process?
Yeah, I use first of all 11 Labs, great,
Uh-huh.
great app, and we also use Flare AI for pictures for product images. And I mean, there are a lot, and mainly GetHooked because GetHooked is one of the favorite. You know, yeah, I think that's it
Hmm. Do you use
right now. That's
anything
it.
do you use anything for like AI UGC?
Yeah, yeah, I'm using captions AI.
Mm.
I tried ARCADs, but it's very expensive. And with this AI UGC, you have to pay in credits, and it is a lot of credits, every single time. Just like 100, $200 for like 15 to 20 videos
Yeah.
is like too much. Captions AI is $24 and it's unlimited AI
Mm.
creatives.
Did you
But
actually?
the quality is, subpar, but I think, I can work with it with a lot of B-rolls, so it works.
So you actually, so the ads you're making right now, let's say you're using captions AI, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Captions AI, you're using that AI you just see and it works and it converts and it's profitable.
yeah.
As long as you kind of like edit the videos right, you have some b-roll, so it's not just like person talking to the camera.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. I want the video to be dynamic. I change clips every 3 to 5 seconds. So the
Hmm.
customer is hooked.
Yeah, I
It
think
doesn't
that
get boring.
that's a big one. I think just like understanding, I think like decompressing, like taking, let's say, one of these like successful ads from other people and just breaking it down like frame by
Yeah,
frame, like that.
exactly. But the main thing here still is problem research. It all comes down to problem research because if you don't have that, you don't know what to say. And when you
Mm,
do that, you know exactly what to say, what will, make that ad convert. That is the main part. But I
for
think that's a very tedious task, just scrolling on the internet for no reason, and first thing is you don't even know what you will find.
I
So I think that is the hard part that no one will do.
mean, have you tried like deep research?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy with like deep research results that ChatGPT gives?
I mean, it's like very limiting right now because I think you can only ask like 5 to 10 questions and then it runs out for a week.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I tried it, but I was just playing with it and I wasted all my limits. So I'm like waiting for a week now.
Maybe you can create another account.
Yeah, okay. I never thought it. I never thought it that way. Yeah, I could. I could. I mean, yeah.
Oh, my man. Um, Thank you so much for joining me. I mean, this has been like a tremendous shot, and like I mentioned, would love to see you like in a few years, like absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, I am going to join ESS in like, at I think end of this year, maybe. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping like you hire me as a coach.
Yeah, my man, for sure, for sure. Yeah, we have our team members. Like, I don't know, Bukunmi.
No, no.
Oh, you didn't work with Bukunmi is great. He's from Australia. He's very sharp. Yeah, he's doing like in his own business like $800,000 a month.
Oh,
Doing,
nice. Very
doing
nice.
pretty well. Yeah, he's also one of the coaches um in the community. And yeah, my man, for you, like it's awesome. Like you have the right mindset. You have like I think the way I see it is like this. Like if you have been able to overcome these like initial hurdles, like initial like just like few years like trying and trying and trying and trying, like then you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Because that's like where 99% of people give up. Like those like initial like few months, few years, like it doesn't work right away and people just give up. So you have
When I
overcome this.
saw when I saw people, half my age doing like $1 million a month, I know I could do this. And when you see the level of brain cells they have, and just talk to these guys, and you understand these guys don't know jack shit about life, and they are doing like multi-million dollars with this model. So at that point you understand like, oh, okay, this is like doable. This is possible. If he can do it, if a guy with two brain cells can do it, I can do it.
For sure, man. So how do you like do you like how's your networking right now? Like do you those guys, for instance, like do you see them, do you watch interviews, like do you meet them in person? Like how is your networking right now?
I mean, normally I work a lot, so I don't have time for networking that much. I have like, 5 friends at max that I,
Mhm.
meet like weekly. I mean, that's it. I don't do a lot of networking.
So
I think
you
I
just see the
actually struggle with
interviews
it.
and stuff, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I do watch a lot of podcasts and interviews and everything, but networking is where I lack a bit. So I need to work on that.
Uh-huh. Cool, my man. Awesome. Yeah. I wish you like next, let's do like next benchmark at least like 100K a month, 100K a
Yeah,
month. And maybe we can reconnect for another interview. I think you'll have some other
100%.
learnings along the way as
Yep,
well
yep, yep.
to
Yeah,
share
we
with
can do it.
people.
We can
And
do it.
by the end of the year, 1 million months.
I hope so.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Let's work on that. And thank you for kind words for Get Hooked. Yeah, we're working on
Thank you
some
for
awesome.
inviting me, man. Thank you for inviting me. It was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, thank you, Faizan. Thank you everyone for listening. And yeah, I'll see you guys and see you at 100K months very soon.
Yep, yep, yep.
Thank you.